I was recently sitting on a train where I was kind of really close to two men who were discussing their situations in retirement. One man was retired and the other was about to retire, and they were both lamenting. They were also about to get divorced. And the man who was already retired was like, "Oh my gosh, I was blindsided. I'm so mad at my wife and my kids. Both of them just think all I am is a paycheck." And the second guy was like, "Yeah, I had expected retirement to be the type, the place where my wife and I were going to go travel and do all these things, but about he filed for divorce. And we don't even live together anymore, and we don't even have that good of a relationship." They both agreed that they felt like the only thing they ever were to their spouses was money. And I politely asked them both, I said, "Hey, that's a really terrible feeling." I said, "Was there ever a time where you consistently offered yourself in ways and did things for your family that had nothing to do with money?" And they both looked at me like really confused. The subtext of the faces and their expressions was, "What do you mean? What is there that doesn't involve money?" So I got really specific. I was like, "Hey, did you ever have a time where your schedule was full and you cleared it so that you could surprise them at an event, an award ceremony, a sports game that was important to them? Was there ever a time where you left them a note on a day you knew they were having a bad day, or you knew they had a hard test coming up?" Both of these men looked really dumbfounded. They're like, no, we didn't do those things." The very few things that they were saying in that moment, and the subtext was, "No, God, we didn't do those things, but yeah, we existed. We existed in our households next to our wives, and we thought that was good enough." They are men from a generation who believed the thing I was doing was I was going to work. That's what I should be honored for. Every day I went to work, and that's what I brought to the table, which was interesting because they were upset about being considered a paycheck. But based on what they offered their family and based on how they viewed themselves, they also primarily viewed themselves as a paycheck.